Jinson Johnson's national record. Will Gulveer try to kind of?
No, I don't think. A figure that we need to talk about maybe is T.S. Arul Swamy. It was an inspirational story of his also, because on the way to Berlin, he fell sick. I had the same kind of fear for Puja.
I think I'm really excited to see 4x100 team that lapse in concentration.
The Americans or the British media, they called the Indian marathoners as jungle runners.
Oh.
And
So Mumbai Marathon started in 1930.
yes,
Okay.
big fan of Saurabh Chaudhary. Then
Yeah,
I used to
oh my
post,
God.
and people used to ask, "Is he your brother?" Why-
Can you imagine in US, like university kids are dipping below 10?
Hello and welcome to the 5th episode of ID Sports Podcast. Ankush and me are in the same frame. It is not a rant video, although एक rant video नहीं है. आज हमारे साथ एक बहुत ही special guest जुड़े हुए हैं. He is very young, he is very energetic, but he is a sports historian, one can say, because उनके पास जो चीज़ें वो post करते हैं on his X profile, Twitter profile as we know him, तो वहाँ पे it is full of some incredible stories of Indian sporting history. An electrical engineer at heart, electrical and electronics engineer at heart rather, but a sports fan also. Welcome to the podcast, Prithvi. How are you?
So Prithvi, I would like to tell the kind of passion that he shares about sports. I can see myself in him. When I was young.
He's 4 or 5 years younger version of yours,
yeah.
right?
The kind of enthusiasm he has.
जैसे मैं तेरे को देखता हूँ 4 or 5 younger version of me.
Yeah. So before we start, I would like to understand the lore behind your profile pic on Twitter and the username that you have.
Okay, yeah. Hello guys. Thank you. First thing, thank you, Ankush bhai. Thank you, Ishang bhai, for having me here. It's to talk about this is a great platform. First thing,
Yeah.
and we are trying to take the Indian Olympic dream to what we
Masses.
call a casual fan or masses.
Yeah.
Is a really good initiative. Yeah. Very grateful to be part of it.
Yeah.
So to start with, the Twitter profile, it's the entire identity in the sport.
When did you start?
It actually, I used to have a Twitter account before, but only after Tokyo Olympics I got to know that there is a whole other world in Twitter, a section of Twitter that encourages.
You found
that
India
promotes-
sports Twitter.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. People like you, people like Ishang. So it's I felt there is a chance that we can try to share what I know, try to learn. So be part of the ecosystem. Very small ecosystem, but still.
It's a passionate community.
True.
It's a small as of now.
Yes.
But it's a very passionate
This
community.
passion will rub off
Yeah.
eventually onto other guys. Well, that's the hope. हमारा भी. But what year is it when you kind of discovered all these things on this platform, Twitter?
Firstly, was surprised because I remember posting stories on WhatsApp and all about the 2018. Big fan of Saurabh Chaudhary. Then
Yeah,
I used to
oh my
post,
God.
and people used to ask, "Is he your brother?" why are you posting about him?
Right.
Because they weren't knowing that there is such a big event happening, and what a young athlete like Saurabh has pulled off is very phenomenal, and what he could become going on to the run up to Tokyo Olympics was not known in the what you call the masses. So it was actually surprising. But when I got to know about this particular section of Twitter where we have this community, rather passionate one, expecting nothing out of it, just going to it in the hope that it grows.
Yeah.
Because actually in the current scenario you can't expect anything back from it, to be really honest.
Absolutely. That is a very valid point.
Each of us who contribute is just
Diehard passionate sports
they
fans.
want Indian sports to grow, and it's not
They are not asking anything.
in return.
Anything in return.
I mean, this is the kind of stuff you see. This is people don't expect, and they're just giving because they love the game. They understand what Olympic sports movement is all about. It's it has captured these guys at very young, something about Olympic sports that has manifested in themselves within, and they are following. So yeah, you still didn't answer your username.
Yeah. So yes, I mean the pick Abhinav Bindra, of course, the man who proved that we can be on this stage. I mean, no offense, like Indian hockey team has already done that, but an individual to be at the top of the world and to do it in such a fashion. So 2008 Olympics, honestly, I knew nothing about the sport, nothing. Only thing is there is a guy,
Who has won gold for
Abhinav
India.
Bindra, he has won a gold and something not done in this 100
And
plus
nation
years
has
of
gone
India.
frenzy. Nation has gone frenzy, right?
True.
Yeah.
I mean, even remember the day when I posted a tribute on the day it was 1 hour on his birthday. People get vlogging like even they didn't know what was the sport. They knew that some people even didn't know it was shooting. Some people didn't know 10-meter air rifle or something. Just shooting. Somebody has won. Somebody has made it to the top,
Top of the
and everyone was like frenzy. So that actually captured my imagination. So that is why he is the profile pic. My identity towards this Indian Olympic world, you call. And again, Tokyo has like it's a massive effect. You can, I mean, every.
What is your username? Share the username.
It's
we'll be putting it on the ticker below.
It's 8758 actually. People always ask like, what does this number mean? Something related.
Everyone who follows Olympic sports knows what it means, right?
Not everyone. You need to be crazy Olympic fan to know that. Because 2 or 5, 6 years down the line, no one will remember what was the mark that he achieved on that day. Right.
So 87.58 meters. The throw that won us
Olympic
gold.
First track and field.
First track and field. So that's what brought a change. I mean, if I say like there is a period in Indian sports, or to be precise Indian athletics, there is before Tokyo Neeraj Chopra gold and after Tokyo Neeraj Chopra.
अच्छा, which one would you rate higher? बताओ मेरे को, अभिनव बिंद्रा का गोल्ड या फिर नीरज चोपड़ा का गोल्ड? Like as a sports fan, तभी तो spot पे डाल रहा हूँ इसको.
Nothing like being higher because both are special in their own ways. Because now we can say maybe that shooting is it's okay, we have been winning medals and all, but that day it was only Abhinav Bindra making the finals in the previous edition. Before him it was Anjali Bhagwat in 2000 and some top 10 finishes here and there by Karni Singh, Dr. Karni Singh and all. So again he has opened the door into a sport and gave that belief that we can too. Something similar has been done by Neeraj Chopra. But in terms of maybe if we talk about the reach that has gone, obviously athletics has more. Globally recognized sport.
Right, exactly.
You go to any remote place, a guy can obviously just run or just jump and he is looking up to Bolt. They say he maybe a boy in a very remote location, he doesn't know what
they are
100
mostly
meters
used
is.
interchangeably. Like someone runs fast by to Bolt है क्या ऐसा कुछ करके.
So to do it in athletics was a great thing. But again no comparison, but personal favorite. And
again it is all comes down to the reach, and I think Neeraj Chopra has reached a lot of बोलते ना मतलब कि it has made javelin very popular. I think air rifle was also made, it is blooming like इस time पे it's blooming like anything. कि कितने हम देखते हैं nationals हैं, we have talked it in our last episode as well कि भाई कितने सारे लोग जो हैं वो शूटिंग को फॉलो करते हैं और शूटिंग में पार्टिसिपेट करते हैं because Abhinav Bindra set some precedents of sorts at that time.
By the way, guys, if you haven't checked out Prithvi's thread that he's doing in like historical archives of Indian athletics and athletes, can you tell more about that?
इतना effort.
There is so much information from the archives and old, like you see so many of our athletes who started doing athletics at a age like, can you think about like Indians running marathon without shoes? Right, that's such an incredible thing, and clocking the times, those were like world class at that time, right? So how do you see, and how did but when was the time that you got interested into digging deeper into the historical archives?
Like actually, Olympics in general, the interest was always there. I mean, post Tokyo, it like spiked up, but post Paris, I felt that we don't have a good archive of our own
There's
regarding
no good
our own athletes.
documentation, yeah.
Because sometimes you see there are records more well maintained in other countries' archives than ours,
correct.
and people's results, their contributions have been like erased completely from history, and very little. So the point we were discussing, like 1920 Olympics, how it went and all. So
What was the earliest record that you found of Indian athlete competing in the athletics, in the marathon? Let's say marathon.
Marathon, if I say, because we have always been running the races.
Yeah.
Like in later part of time, they were being called marathon, 42 kilometers. They were being called cross country races and all. But there have been references as old as even 17th, 18th century, where people are just running in the paths set up in jungles.
Okay.
And they are among themselves regional competitions and all. The same reason why during the 1920 Olympics preview, the Americans or the British media, they called the Indian marathoners as jungle runners. Because they have this idea. I mean, word spread, even though it was very vague and nothing like social media or anything, but the word spread that these guys are ones, they go barefoot, they run in the jungles, they have their own regional competitions, and very hardworking, very rooted guys. So that was how it was there. But yeah, marathon again, since the modern Olympics.
There were stories in Poland also, right? For you had there's like other newspaper where these guys are in town where they used to hype the Indian runners up.
True. I mean, it was there in actually before the 1920 Olympics also. But that is generally considered the first time an Indian track and field athlete is what we call now. But generally an athlete has gone overseas. But before that, in 1919, there is a cross country competition in UK. And this was run by our military officers stationed in Egypt and other British colonies.
After World War
So that was actually our kind of first participation in a race. And the good thing was, I mean, our runners were barefoot again. There was snow before the competition, and the night before it entirely snowed and all. The route was crazy bad, but our runners, they won it.
Wow.
Yeah. And we had 1919.
Okay.
So like I think of the 10 places, top 10 places, we had some 6 or 7 runners. Balwant Singh was the soldier stationed in Egypt. So he participated for them, and team title was won by Egypt.
Okay.
But made entirely of our runners.
Oh.
We had our own Indian team. Egypt won, India was third, but Egypt team was 90% Indian soldiers.
Okay, got it.
So that was how it started. I mean, we were running the long distance
So tell
races.
us more about like how did these athletics and runner progress throughout the decades? Like what happened in 30s, 40s, and like 50s?
Okay. So what actually happened was the 1920 Olympic dream when it was realized.
Yeah.
Sir Dorabji Tata, the governor of Mumbai. Lloyd. So Mr. Lloyd. So these all people have helped the athletes realize their Olympic dream to go somewhere to show their caliber. So post which the Deccan Gymkhana in Pune, a very historic place. So it used to host yearly marathons as late as 1915 and all. So earlier it was only for the, like many sports in India, it was only restricted to the British officers, sepoys stationed in India. They were being mentioned as Indians and all. But post that, we had our own runners, the local native runners. So it happened like 1920, 24 Olympics, 28 Olympics, we had marathoners, we had trials being held, our own athletes still running barefoot. So 1920s was all about that. 1930s there was a Bombay Marathon again. So it was started. And
So Mumbai Marathon started in 1930.
Yes,
Okay.
but I think if you actually see the current marathon
Current
running,
marathon.
though they will try to mention it as 1980, I guess, as the origin. But there was a Bombay Marathon being run.
Okay.
So and I think again a surprise there. I think 1935. It was it was held as part of some fair. Actually, it's not an out and out competition, a recognized one. Whether I think Western India Olympic Association was formed. So as part of it, they have run this marathon, and a police constable from the nearby area, he has won it.
Wow.
So that was again surprising for the it
For the
obviously hurts them because there are the British soldiers, they are all
Well-trained and
trained and all.
well-equipped, yeah.
So he has beat them. So it happened like 1930s also we're having the 1936 Berlin Olympics. A figure that we need to talk about maybe is Arul Swamy, CS Arul Swamy. So he was our marathoner. Actually, he ran from steeplechase to the marathon.
Okay.
Held 20,000, 30,000 meter records for more than a decade. So it was an inspirational story of his also, because on the way to Berlin, he fell sick, and after reaching Berlin, he was 2 weeks hospitalized. Then, after getting the clearance from the local clinic, he ran the Olympics, and the 1936 Olympics footage still has his footage.
36, right?
36.
Yeah.
At the very end, he just crosses the line and collapses.
Yeah.
He had to be rushed to the hospital, stayed there 3 weeks, and then
And what was the time he clocked?
time was not, it was very
Around 3 hours. Maybe.
3 hours.
3 hours, yeah.
People couldn't even finish. I think 60% finished, and he was from second or third from the last.
Okay. But to be able to do that,
True.
Yeah.
Being sick and doing that,
He wasn't fully
and to
fit.
finish it.
Yeah.
It's commendable.
Yeah.
A normal marathon itself is grueling.
Yeah.
42 kilometers and all. And to do with a sickness.
Sickness and
And he holds this unique distinction of being an athlete, also a journalist at the same time.
So Indian marathon has marathon running has stagnated in terms of top quality wise. You had Shivnath Singh,
Yes.
right? Who established national record at 2:12.
Yes.
2 hours and 12 minutes. And in the last these many years,
40 years.
40 more than 40 years, like we haven't been able to breach that mark, right? Where world athletics has moved from 201 and even 159.40, if you're gonna count that as Kipchoge's world record. But so do you see that national record coming into play? Because we now are seeing Indian marathon booming across India, the participation numbers for marathon is through the roof, and we have 3 athletes currently who are competing to very close. So what do you think this phenomena that marathon is picking up, and do you see any chances of us going below that 212 mark?
Like not in the distant future.
I think it's going on very soon. Maybe even in this cycle.
Yeah.
And I am very confident that by the time we have our Abhinav Sable or maybe Guru Singh, so once they do that transition to the roads, I think we are going 210 and sub 210
But how about
very easily.
Gopi?
Gopi
is getting aged. I mean, will that impact? Because I think in what he did in Valencia was crazy good. But
True.
Do you see him dipping further below than that to 212 and 23? It was this time, right?
Yes, I think he has it in, because even
He's going to turn 38 this year.
yes,
by the way,
till he did the Valencia marathon, no one was expecting much from him.
Yeah.
He's actually returning from a long injury hiatus again. So I think this should certainly motivate him. And we have the next runners also,
Man Singh and Beliappan.
So they have we have the recent winner at the Mumbai Marathon.
Karthik Karika.
So
he's a doctor, by the way.
Doctor,
Yeah.
orthopedic.
Orthopedic,
So
right.
I think this marathon boom, I mean, I've recently seen that the number of entries to each marathon.
Right.
So there was this Kolkata 20k
25K, yeah,
25k
Tata
race,
Stadium.
and then the recent Mumbai marathon.
Right.
Yeah.
So the entries have gone up. So I think the marathon has reached a point where it's now a culture in India. So there, from a looking it as just a sport, trying to do it as a daily activity, maybe it can also push the trained athletes
Yeah.
to go and pursue that mark. It's not that since 50 years we haven't been able to do that, but it's
Yeah.
people came close to 13s to
Nitendra also came
Yeah.
close, Nitendra Singh Rawat and
Correct.
I mean, मेरे को यहाँ पे ना एक चीज फिर भी लगती है कि मैराथन रनर्स, आई हैड दिस कॉन्वर्सेशन, नॉट कॉन्वर्सेशन, वी वर हैविंग दैट स्पेसेस ना विद राहुल भाई, यू रिमेम्बर? तो उन्होंने क्या बताया था कि भाई ये जो जितने भी ये मैराथन ऑर्गेनाइज करते हैं इंडिया में और जो वर्ल्ड एथलेटिक्स रिकॉग्नाइज्ड है, दे really do not really bother about it कि भाई उसको अच्छे से वो मार्केट नहीं करते हैं and people really do not see it. A, B, like he was particularly not
because
happy with-
marathon running is not broadcasted as a sport in India, right? So there's a difference
It
between
should be वैसे तो, but क्योंकि लोग देखते हैं, लोग फॉलो करते हैं, क्योंकि उनको ही पता है कि भाई उनके जान पहचान वाले लोग वहाँ पे दौड़ रहे हैं, so why not show that? A and B, he was not particularly happy with like Mumbai marathon. Like मुंबई में आप मैराथन रख रहे हो, उसमें आप एलिट्स को बुला रहे हो इंडिया के, and you are expecting them to break the national record. That is not going to happen because मुंबई किसी भी टाइम आप जाओ, मॉर्निंग के टाइम पे इतना ह्यूमिड रहता है, you cannot really do that. Why not pick a venue जहाँ पे आपका humidity is
high altitude.
Like, Ranchi is a great example. Ranchi में we have seen race walking records fall like anything, right? तो वैसा venues आप नहीं रखते हो, which is a little concerning कि भाई this should be done like so as कि भाई हम records रखें. And same thing happens with the interstate. Like interstate is our national championships, right? तो उसमें 10K 20K रेस वॉक भी इवेंट वहीं पे भुवनेश्वर में आप करा दोगे. भुवनेश्वर में कहाँ से वो दौड़ पाएंगे इतना, और आप एक्सपेक्ट करो बिकॉज इंटरस्टेट्स मोस्टली कोलाइड विद लाइक एशियन गेम्स मार्क भी आपको अचीव करना है, या तो वर्ल्ड चैंपियनशिप मार्क अचीव करना है, या फिर ओलंपिक्स का मार्क अचीव करना है, राइट? तो वहाँ पे आप यू कैन नॉट एक्सपेक्ट a 10K runner or a 5K runner or a marathon runner कि भाई वहाँ पे वो अच्छा टाइम क्लॉक करके. You should have 5K 10K championships separately in a region जहाँ पे वो टाइम वो क्लॉक कर सके, बट वैसा होता नहीं है. मतलब where does it come down to, मतलब कि किस पे जाता है ये ओनस कि इसको आप इस सिस्टम को टेक करें?
कि if as people who have been just watching the sport, observing it, trying to get analysis, if we have understood this much, I think the people behind it, they should also try to consider this fact. Because even the interstates is the tournament, I mean is the competition offering the most ranking points.
Correct.
Someone trying to make it a world championships or an Olympic games team, he can try to gain the maximum of it.
Right.
So again, as Vishang Bhai said, so you need that competition to be in a favorable condition, so that say Vishal has broken the long-standing runners record. You have talked about it, like how underrated he is. Yeah, but
we'll come to that.
Yeah. So 45-12.
Yeah.
Imagine him in a better conditions.
Yeah.
In a better place of the season.
Yeah.
So more fresh legs. Imagine the ranking points, or he might have even directly qualified.
Yeah.
So that is where we need to see. I mean, make it easier for athletes to.
So yeah, let's come to that. In current state of athletics, who are you most excited for among all the current Indian athletes? Or which event rather you're looking forward to most?
Obviously, it's Neeraj, that's a given, but yeah, we need to talk beyond him. I guess like one event, the what do you call, the horizontal jumps was one where we saw lot of
traction as well.
Yeah, because straight after the 2021 Olympics, 2022 season, we had Jaswin, Murli, Sri Shankar. And then we
also did it in 22.
He made it to the finals. And CWG was epic again.
1 to
1 to 4.
Yeah.
So from there, the
But have
downfall
we
has been
progressed?
drastic.
Like-
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It's the downfall.
Yeah.
Like even if you see in the younger ranks, we had Silva Prabhu winning a silver in the junior worlds,
Yeah.
triple jump. He was jumping 16, 17.
1679
Yeah.
junior national record
Yes.
in triple jump. Yeah.
And I think he had improved on it marginally in 2023 in Greece, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In Greece, he did 1679.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, and post that, it's been stagnant.
But he got injured, right? Big time. Uska, like I have also posted that ki Silva Prabhu in one of the shots that he was like seriously injured and needed a major surgery.
Okay.
And after that, abhi recently he did 16.49 in the indoor opener.
Indoor, yeah.
है ना? तो he's also representing, by the way, वो Kansas State जहाँ पे TJ was there ना.
Yes.
So I mean I think things tides are turning for him as well. But वही है कि मतलब वो stagnation एक साथ ही मतलब it is so hard to fathom.
Yeah.
सब एक साथ पीक किए, ठीक है? Commonwealth Games medals, Asian Championship medals, Asian Games medals, and we were saying that they are going to break into the world scene, and then everyone got some kind of an injury. Aldo got injured,
Yeah.
Sri got injured, Silva
Praveen
got injured.
Chitravel is like case study on its own, right? I think he's like upped the national record to 1737.
He has done it twice.
But he's been unable to get that elusive medal across the championship, right?
he got Asian Games bronze ना?
Yeah.
Yes.
Asian Games bronze लाया, अभी Asian Championships in Gumi he got silver, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And World University Games.
Yeah, World
Silver.
University he got.
But do you take World University seriously though?
I mean, if you are getting a chance to compete, I mean, it's not.
But
what you got
India,
studied
it's
early.
like a bit every university athlete that goes is not.
नहीं but ये यूनिवर्सिटी चैंपियनशिप्स में आई थिंक इंडियन 4x100 टीम ना जो भी वो होता रायन रूल में द 4x100 टीम आई थिंक अनिमेश वाज देयर लालू बॉय वाज देयर and two other I'm forgetting कौन थे exactly I don't want to be wrong here so they won bronze and they did brilliantly well मतलब कि वहाँ पे मतलब कि sprinting में in world stage if you're getting
I
medal
think I'm really excited to see 4x100 team at
हाँ इस
Asian
साल
Games.
तो I think
I think it will
अरे
be
they
so
had golden
thrilling
opportunity
to
25 घूमी यार I was like कि भाई कोरियन टीम को हरा सकते हो
that lapse in concentration. That
you know मतलब कि there were like 9 or 10 teams ठीक है
Yeah.
and because of these disqualifications in the final there were only 6 teams
Yeah.
then 8 have to go through like
no, but they played it safe. No, they were trying to play safe
No,
by not putting the entire original squad.
I think
the first
Animesh,
round.
Amlan, Gurinder Veer and
But I see-
Manikanta
I see
थे
for
लेकिन
the-
उन्होंने I think who won that Pranav I think Pranav is there and there was another guy I think Lalu था जहाँ पे वो मतलब कि बैटन उनसे मिसप्लेस हो गया था छूट गया था
Yeah, that
25.
created quite a stir that time.
Yeah.
But again, I think.
Yeah, everyone was saying क्यों नहीं
yeah.
when you have a team
But again,
fight.
they confirmed it like they were the same combination that ran in the practice as
Practice
well.
in Dubai, yeah.
So we
UAE Grand
can't like say it maybe like.
No, but
it's
I
a wrong
think
combination.
that was a right strategy
Yeah.
to get it, but it's just the execution part didn't happen, right? So.
अरे कोलमैन और बनारस का पेरिस में हुआ था ना सभी बोल रहे थे कि भाई किसको
But USA men's team is like infamous for fucking it up. I would say for relays, right? Even the US fans were like really angry with them because you got like come on,
You're the
they got
best team.
ridiculous
I
talent.
mean,
like they can put like their 4th, 5th, 6th best runner and they can still
win gold. By 22 Oregon में 1, 2 and 3 they did. ठीक है? Fred Curley now an athlete. Marvin Bracey I think he will also go. And number
Farmer.
Bromell, I guess. Trevin Bromell.
हाँ Bromell था. Coleman came 4th if I'm not 1, 2, 3, 4 है something like that. और then in the relays Canada beats them. Like क्या हो रहा है भाई?
But Canada, when you talk about Canada, you need to talk about this guy. This guy. Oh my god. DeGrasse turns up every fucking time.
Every championships he is there.
Every time he's
True.
there, you know, he's like Team Canada, whenever it calls him.
अरे वो
he's
देखा
there.
तुमने? You have seen that reel? I think from World Relays. ठीक है, Noah Lyles का post the race. There's an interview. What do you feel about Team Canada? He
Yeah.
says who? Team Canada. Who? बोलता I will show you. Paris में वहीं पे उनको पटक नहीं देते वो.
But I hate to see Noah Lyles lose. I know. Nothing against him,
Tokyo
but-
में आ गई.
Yeah, I was so happy. Like in Paris, like when Tebogo won 200 meter, I was there and like I was literally jumping cause I like the kind of smugness that he has. I like I'm like, all right, you're trying to promote sport and do this kind of things. And then one of the things that I didn't like about Lyles was after he lost in this 200 meter, he came out and said I had COVID and all. But if you see when he entered the 200 meter arena, he was like all jumping and going this way and that way and all. At the end, you have this Tebogo. Tebogo like comes and does nothing.
Shows the shoe.
Yeah.
Of his
And
late mother. Yeah.
Then, like after the race, you are like falling down and you're like wheelchairing this thing, and then you come out and then say I had COVID and all. Man, what are you doing? Like that. Now you're attributing Tebogo's victory to your COVID, right?
yes.
So at least be decent enough in at least be humble enough accepting the defeat that you lost fair and square.
वो देखा था फाइनल में से 200 मीटर वाला. I was so happy because I think
Paris.
Tebogo, yeah,
Yeah.
Tebogo had lost his mother like a couple of months back.
What
And
a beautiful
I
story.
actually cried
Tebogo,
why
yeah.
because he had printed his
Like if
mother's POV
anyone
on the shoe.
hasn't seen
Right.
Tebogo documentary,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
on
they should-
World
World
Athletics
Athletics,
Plus.
yeah. They
You
should.
should go and see that documentary and what Tebogo has done for
To
his
Botswana.
nation. Yeah, like entirely single-handedly. He's put that nation on the map, right? And that's crazy. Like
And that
I'm
shows
still-
in the Tokyo as well.
Yeah.
4x400.
But I'm still baffled कि भाई वो 200 400 क्यों नहीं करा? Why is he so obsessed about 100? In Tokyo, there was no chance, and then he did a false start. This kind of doesn't मतलब कि he can probably break the world record in 400 अगर वो थोड़ा बहुत try करे, but he's so adamant to do it in 100 and
But
200.
again, I feel if you're doing the 100, you can be the face of the sport.
yeah,
Yes.
that's
You're
that
doing
is the
400, you can be
But
the face
that's
of
why
400.
you see, Lyles, that's why I hate him more. When he lost 200 to Tebogo, like next year he comes up and says nobody cares about 200 anymore, right? It was your pet event.
Pet event, yeah.
Like you did 1932, right?
1931.
Yeah, and
Whatever.
you
And
were
broke the Michael Johnson national
yeah,
record.
Michael. And you showed the most potential in there. Now that you went to this, now you don't care about 200. And now what happened? He lost 100 meter in Tokyo World Championship. He won the 200 meter. And now he's like, I'm the 200 king again, right? So,
But one thing is, he'll be under immense pressure in
In
LA28
yeah,
200.
yeah.
Because you have Usain Bolt, you have Michael Johnson, 200 greats, they have the Olympic title to show. And all you have is the bronzes.
Yeah.
World Championships is good, you have
But he has
record
100, he has 100 gold. That is
Yeah.
so crazy.
But Olympics is all that
Yeah.
matters. I mean, the pinnacle.
Yeah.
And if you are still going to lose in front of your home crowd, I don't think he has.
I think it'll be like खत्म हो जाएगा उसका.
Yeah.
It'll be curtains for him.
Because he is like one of the greatest sprinters, no doubt.
He is.
There is no doubt. But again, you have to have something to show for it.
Yeah.
And nothing better than the Olympic gold.
Yeah.
But he's like constantly in news for all the other aspects. You know?
Yeah, but I mean, मतलब when Usain Bolt.
But I don't buy this argument that people say no, he's promoting the sport and all. Well, like trash talking and all is fine, you know, it's fine. But you should not disrespect someone
Even.
who's just when Tebogo win, you should be man enough to claim. Let him have his moment, right? Let him have his moment.
Yeah.
He's won 200 meter, and then you making it about yourself, you know.
I mean, Bolt rated his 200 medals above his 100 medals in most
My
cases.
200 meter is a bloody hard race to win.
एक hard भी है और मतलब कि it is so intense now because there are a lot. The competition is almost at par with 100,
Yeah.
and I mean it requires you to be a little more mentally tough. You have to do that bend as well, and because people can lose their footing there.
Yes.
But yeah, we saw Civil.
Finally
in
having his
Tokyo
moment.
2025. Civil. Oh my god. Like he was there, you know. He was like Thompson also. They were like there. And I'm really happy to Jamaica back on 100 meter thing. Like Thompson, it's weird because before Paris, there was no one from Jamaica.
True.
If you see that Netflix documentary also on this World Athletics, what's its name? I'm forgetting his name. But in that also
Entirely American.
yeah they didn't feature anyone then, and then suddenly that this guy comes up and does 9.75 and then it was there in that documentary also, like in even though Tebogo win, Tebogo shows up in the last episode like at the 22 minutes something. So it's like pure American PR show. But yeah, it's like
They do it in every field. So yeah.
That's actually the thing. So yeah, but actually now that we are talking on this 100 200 region, so let's maybe try to get into our Indian side and see
of course,
what
but
we can expect
100
from.
but if you see 100 meter, like it's a dream to see someone, you know, to like, can you imagine like in US college kids are going like university kids are dipping below 10, and we in our entire history like we reached to 10.18.
But
this season.
we also know a lot of open secrets about US. Na?
Yeah,
College में
right.
क्या होता है? What are
There's
the
no-
anti-doping measures that NCAA takes for high school athletes?
That
take?
is
Yeah,
true.
right.
Like you cannot talk about this thing.
Yeah, but it will be a very different
In
time.
fact,
But
It's,
I mean,
because Parvez Khan wouldn't have been running that long.
Yeah.
Man, Parvez Khan case was like crazy.
like he's becoming a social media star with the kind of kick
Those
he's
finishes,
displaying. But I mean, you knew it. Like you kind of sensed it, but very little sense कि भाई कुछ ना कुछ हो रहा
know
है.
it, but you don't want to say it loud.
Yeah.
That kind of thing is.
No, but yeah, the doping thing, na, it's pretty clear in US also. If you see, there are coaches who were found guilty of doping as an athlete,
And are now coaches.
Then are now coaches, and as coaches also they were like actually found doing stuff like doping other athletes, and they're still continuing. Like even last year the US Track and Field Association awarded the coach of the year to the guy who was like infamous for these doping violations, you know. It's like, and so basically what I'm like entire like Russia was caught, right? State sponsored doping, but US guys are more smarter than them, you know. They spend
They're
much
equally
money.
corrupt, if not more. I mean, ठीक है. अपना US का वीज़ा नहीं लगेगा भाई यार. ठीक है. भाई उसको उसमें जाना हो.
Like everyone knows that this thing happens.
I mean, yes, that's. I mean, if we talk about it, it's again a really big subject to touch upon. But yeah,
We were at 100 and 200 prospects in India.
So India. So what I see is people will be targeting the 10.15 mark for the Asian Games qualification.
Yeah.
So because of that, I think we might see people dipping under. I'm very confident. Maybe Animesh or Manikanta and others.
Animesh, I think uska na, I think when you are doing 2032 in like 200, he has done 2027 as well. Wind did it, 2.1 the wind, yes. That's as good as normal wind. So 2027, if you just 200 to 100 ka transition, it is not a thumb rule, but those who have done well in 200, you can easily divide by 2 and see ki bhai, and even divide by 2 and minus some 0.05 factor usually.
Yeah.
तो अगर किसी का 20.20 है अगर timing, so you can say कि he can do 10.05 in.
But again,
100.
problem with Animesh, I
It's the
personally
start.
feel is the start.
Yeah.
So there, I think maybe this rule, certainly the amount that you are subtracting gets lesser.
No, that's what I'm saying. If
Yeah.
the start, if the person works on the start, then
Yeah.
I think 10.05
I think
is
when he did this
achievable.
10.18,
In
he
Greece.
was working with a Swiss coach.
Yeah, in Kaling, in Bhubaneswar, yeah.
No, actually they were in
Achha,
Swiss for the training.
Okay, yeah.
And
okay.
he was in the
Camp.
Diamond League under 23 race
Right.
also.
God was also there.
Correct. So I think the Swiss coach he worked with him on the starts, and it immediately showed. But my concern with Animesh is when there is a season like this, let's say 2026 or a 2028, I would love to see him like concentrating on 200 and the 4x100 for the team's sake maybe.
Okay.
Because doing 100, 200 and 4x100 with this workload, domestic meets, going abroad to gain the ranking points or trying to get the qualification time, I think somewhere that showed in the last season. He started as early as Jan, Feb, and World Championships were very late, and Asian Games even more this
So
time.
what do you see Animesh like where the higher ceiling is 100 or 200?
Right now.
Right now, I think with the start he has, maybe concentrating on 200 can allow him to dip more. I mean,
do you have a number like 20.20 or below?
I think I felt like he should have been doing 20.20 last season itself because of the way he had the breakout season. I mean, yes, he had Amlan's was 20.5 and from that he has brought to 20.3. It's a good thing. Yeah, 0.2 shave is a very huge
It's a
thing.
great shave.
But seeing him personally, solely as a contender, he can go. He would have even gone, but. Again, the problem is you want him to run the 100, 200, 4x100. So maybe that's where the system around him has to come in and try to see where the priorities lie.
Now let's talk about 400 meter.
Yeah.
400 meter, I think this year we are going to get sub 45. Do you think it can happen?
Yeah, trusting Vishal and his coach Dawson. Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, from whatever we have heard, the articles or the people in the system saying he's a hard taskmaster. And if Vishal is
so
trying
close,
to
no?
bend to that, I think maybe 2026 is finally the year.
Yeah, Vishal's season last year was really incredible. I mean, 24 May he was almost 46.5 or something like that in the under 23 meet. I think he did it. When I think Tushar Kanti Manna from Delhi had clocked sub 46 a couple of times, but he kind of fizzled out in 2025. I didn't see him at all. And he said that in one of his interviews that I am targeting the national record of Mohammad Anas, but which was eventually broken by Vishal. And like Vishal has that Maluki, you can actually see there are a lot of things where he can improve upon. Like in like he kind of maintains his shape very well up until 250 meter mark,
Exactly.
and then he kind of gets a little rugged. Okay, but but this could be another thing. Like I see Mohammad Ajmal as well when he runs his 400 meter races. He is so rugged in the last 150 meters, but his speed never goes down. But Vishal, I can see that he can probably, if he works a little more on his form, like Mohammad Anas used to be poetry in motion, right?
Exactly.
Like if Vishal can do that like tweaks with his technique, I think he will definitely dip below 45 this season.
But do you have any insights on what happened to 4x400 Scott?
What do you feel
I mean, it's already like a lot of talked about thing.
No, it's
kind of an
it's
open
speak,
secret, but
it's speak in hush hush manner. Nobody is willing to come out and say anything out in open what actually happened, because if you see from our perspective, in 2023 Budapest, we had such an amazing and we went to the finals and we got actually the mainstream attention, right? Because you were actually, so those guys showed up there and eventually performed. They finished fifth and they got the global athletics attention also from the global athletics, the media and all. They were all talking about
Actually, Indian 4x400 quarter, the men's team has been getting that attention for a very long time.
Yeah. That's
From the world athletics.
Yeah, that's what-
But this was the first time they kind of delivered the promise that
Yeah.
they have showed on the paper.
But then
on the
again,
field.
the next time the world championship comes up in two years down the line, our team isn't there.
Even featuring.
So like these kind of things, like once you like qualification to these big ticket events is the bare minimum that you ask, right? Until you go and participate in this thing, where will you compare yourself against, right? So the dip is 100% there. So like what are the quart rate you're looking at for 4x400 this season?
Actually, it again depends on how fit these guys are. Because 2023 was the peak, at least
Asian
till
Games
now.
got gold as well.
Yeah. So, but post that, if you see Amod Jacob, he has been running since a long time, 2016. I have watched interviews of him. Like, if I has this gold content, I suggest if there are any like athletics like fans, you can go and watch some 2016-17 videos. There are just vibes, nothing technicality, nothing. So he was there since then. You see any 400 and 800 junior, under 20, under 18 records, there will be Amoj. And 2016-17. But what has he, I mean,
Why
he didn't
he's
come
so
of
prone
age,
to
you can
injuries?
see. Yeah.
I mean, he's so prone to injuries. I mean, the groundwork is not still complete. I mean, with Amoj, he needs to make sure that his injuries, he kind of takes note of these things and probably अपनी injuries पे control करे भाई. इतना injured होना भी is not very healthy. I mean, every time I see pulling up a hamstring during the races, if it is happening in practice, one can understand कि भाई you probably try to push another gear in practice sessions. But in race, you are kind of measured. You do not want to. First aim is to finish the race. Timing probably comes. Obviously, it comes primary for most elite athletes. But when you know that कि भाई मैं हर बारी injured हो रहा हूँ, so you cannot really pull your hamstring every time you are on the track. I mean, this is happening with Amoj for quite long now.
Yeah, actually, this is a common concern because I'm not into sports science or anything. It's just a random observation that people whom we look up to, generally, half the times the reason is they don't fizzle out because they are not worthy enough. They are injured. You see, I mean, even I had the same kind of fear for Pooja.
Yeah.
After that 1.89 surprise Asian Championship gold, I was very excited to see what she can do with the World University Games and the World Championship next.
If she managed to
And 2 months later, with no news, I mean, nothing being told about her, then suddenly there comes a report that she's injured. I was like, the golden years for a high jumper, especially a female high jumper, when she's in her teens, she has lost that. Now she's trying to build. I think
185 किया उसने.
correct in the university,
which is good.
So that is okay. That is
मतलब कि वो fear थोड़ा कम हो गया.
थोड़ा कम हो गया. But if you see other athletes, there are many who have touched that mark, and post injury they are not even in the vicinity of it. So I think this kind of injury management.
I think that is where AFI could do better understanding, because we've always seen these kind of athletes who are like elite talent across the events, and you were like sort of tracking their journey as a fan, and some injury or something happens and that athlete just disappears, in the public consciousness, in the system and all.
The first time like मैंने athletics में एक talent देखा था, he was so raw and so great. Chandan Bauri was his name. He did, I think in Samoa there was a Commonwealth Youth Games, and I am not sure if he still holds the youth national record, but he did 46.99 as a 15 or 16-year-old. मतलब भाई ये फाड़ेगा, ठीक है. And वो दिन है और आज का दिन है, उसके बाद मैंने उसका कोई न्यूज ही नहीं सुना.
What happened to Rezona Malik?
Rezona Malik, similar case. I mean, Rezona को फिर भी पता लगा because she was a little bit active on Instagram and all. ठीक है, but
and
उसका
she's
तो
trying
पता ही नहीं लगा.
try to make a comeback also. So,
she is trying to, but I mean.
Yeah, once, but it's very difficult.
That's why your early stage coaches become so crucial. They become so crucial क्योंकि अगर आप उनको अपनी सीलिंग पे काम करने दोगे ना आराम से, one step at a time, they will never get so, मतलब कि इंजरी आ सकती है, निगल्स आ सकते हैं, हैमस्ट्रिंग इश्यूज भी हो सकता है, बट वो वैसे नहीं होंगी, आप कभी उससे बाहर ही ना आ सको. वैसा हो रहा है आजकल, which is not good.
Actually, there is also this aspect that I mean, we talk about age fraud, we talk about doping, but there is this thing where the athlete doesn't want to leave the nest. Try to, I mean, I don't know which way it works, whether the coach doesn't want to leave or the athlete doesn't want to leave the comfortable environment.
Athlete उस stage पे ही नहीं है कि वो decide कर सके for themselves, right?
Yeah.
So I think in most cases it's the coach that kind of.
I think that kind of freedom only Neeraj Chopra has.
नहीं, I'll tell you I'll not name that athlete. मेरे अभी एक athlete से बात हो रही थी. That person is doing 400, 800 and he has a personal best of. He's very young. I think he's 18 or 19. I think last year वो मेरी मतलब I think अनमोल इंट्रोड्यूस करा था मेरे को. But that person जो उनका कोच है, he is not letting him go because he has got some very good opportunities from JSW and NCOE in Trivandrum. But उसको उनके कोच ही नहीं जाने दे रहे हैं. That's what he said. I mean, these stories which are not
this
helping.
this Indian coaches is a menace in Indian athletics also because
जबकि उल्टा होना चाहिए था कि भाई they should be making like ecosystem को इतना पुख्ता करें कि भाई.
But because lot of coaches that actively encourage doping, I've like come across lot of accounts and like coaches because young athletes they don't have any means or understanding of what they are doing. You know, this like wrong information is
very recently. I think the Stan Ryan sir has reported the Anjali Anju controversy you might have seen in the university games. Right. She ran the race and immediately she has yeah, doping is a thing, but what I feel is with the athletes that have showed potential, sometimes we I don't know if it's the coach, and most of the time these coaches are family members, their own parents, and they get comfortable with them that they don't want to leave, and then again when they even leave, the foreign coach or a more qualified coach, they are not ready to go to that extent. I mean, that has been a complaint. I mean, this has been reported a lot of times when foreign coaches have openly told that we have some plans, but athletes are not ready to push beyond that. So, I think that is where the whole system should come together in trying to execute it. Just having national camps is whole
I think now let's focus on the current year and for athletics specifically. I wanted to ask which are the events that you think are capable of producing goals.
National records. National records की बात करते हैं.
Goals and national records can come. Like national records.
नहीं आ सकते बहुत सारे events हैं.
Let's throw it back.
क्या लगता है national record बता दो इस बार.
Yeah, because see, Asian Games gold and something is on a certain day. An athlete can jump 8 meters. And get a gold. I mean, it's all in the conditions and all.
Let's just stick to national records.
National records, so that we can really see how we are progressing and all. So I think maybe this year is.
Let's go event by event. I'll throw events
that's
at you.
better.
100 में there is a chance, like men's 100.
I mean,
men's
would be
200.
very disappointed if there is.
Because 400 में भी है ना.
400 में भी है और 800 में भी है because Afzal is there. I mean, 1500 में what do you feel? I mean, Jinson Johnson's national record. Will Gulveer try to kind of?
No, I don't think because Gulveer is going.
Gulveer just needs one race, I think. He needs one race and he can probably find it out. His coach.
But again, I think what Coach Simmons is looking at is trying to get his final kick done. So he might be doing 1500 here and there, but I don't know with an intention of going.
I think Yunis Khanji and Scott Simmons can probably work on that.
That way it might work.
They will have to decide. I think
Yunis has a great potential.
I mean, but still, let's see how that goes. I mean, 5,000, 10,000 again. It comes down to Gulveer again. If he
Yeah.
wants to, he will.
We don't know. I mean, maybe in the next indoor competition in the US,
Yeah.
he might take it down. So
मतलब कि मेंस ट्रैक अभी ऐसे पायदान पे कि हर एक इवेंट में इस साल रिकॉर्ड टूट सकता है एंड मोर सो बिकॉज मैंने बताया था लास्ट टाइम कि एशियन गेम्स के लिए पीक करते हैं
Yeah.
सो यू डोंट रियली नो कि भाई 100 meter hurdles record should also
Do
go
we have any big event before Asian Games?
the world athletics ultimate championships
But
पर उसमें
again,
कितने ही जाएंगे we don't really know
But I'm really hoping that for this Asian Games we have full athletics squad across each event. You know? It's like
it'll be very nice to see
Yeah.
everyone reaching that because the
can you imagine Devamina now doing something?
मैं I'm really thinking कि भाई ऐसा कोई इवेंट ही नहीं मेरे को समझ आ रहा है जहाँ पे नेशनल रिकॉर्ड नहीं टूट सकता दमनीत can break it in hammer
Does Devamina have?
it should have been.
नहीं,
she should have broken it last year but किया नहीं उन्होंने somehow I mean
Does Devamina have a chance?
of qualifying
Qualifying, I think he definitely has a chance.
What's the Asian Games mark?
Yeah, 545.
Then he should.
Yeah,
He should.
I think he should qualify. But like, what is the competition level among like there is one Obona, right? 600-meter jumper from Philippines.
Oh, John Ernest Obina. अरे
Obina.
competition बहुत ज़्यादा है भाई. Competition की tension मत ले.
I
ठीक है,
mean,
there are Qatari pole vaulter is doing well. एक Thai pole vaulter is young and he's doing brilliantly well. एक Saudi का मैंने देखा he's doing brilliantly well. There Chinese तो है ही.
Chinese there are many 570, 580
go to
guys.
participate and but that should be the
I think the only thing is if he can try to break that mark 545, 550 in the season, go to Asian Games, might be
I
push him
think-
to the
Yeah, that's
560.
what I was.
I'm just thinking right now कि भाई शायद एक ही इवेंट दो इवेंट है ऐसे जिसमें इस बार ही हम नेशनल रिकॉर्ड नहीं तोड़ सकते हैं वो है शॉर्ट पुट ठीक है और दूसरा है आपका डिस्कस थ्रो बाकी सबके नेशनल रिकॉर्ड टूट सकते हैं इंक्लूडिंग
Men's.
जैवलिन हाँ मेंस की बात हो रही है हाँ
Yeah.
मेंस की बात हो रही स्टार्टिंग में नॉट पैट्रियार्क बट
No. I just want to confirm because women's you can take a lot of events again. Yeah,
but
again,
that's the thing I
different
mean
point.
But this one, right? Discus. I'm like,
You have gone
like the
so
trajectory of the discus throw. It's like so weird.
what is stopping भाई मेरे को ये बता what is stopping AFI to go to विकास गोड़ा and tell कि भाई ट्रेन करो यहाँ पे
Yeah.
आके बच्चों को यार
I don't think he may be interested in coming back also. I don't know.
I mean
Yeah, Vikas Goda was like after
when you by Vikas Goda ko have you seen him celebrate? He used to celebrate like a kid. I mean, उनका कोई भी like 2010 में जो Commonwealth Games हुआ था when he won silver, he was jumping like a 6-year-old.
Yeah,
Like उनका passion दिखता है और वो passion अगर किसी और पे rub off हो if he decides to coach someone.
yeah, like that's what like he's a legend of the game, and I'm like we've discussed this in the athletics episode also, right? We do not put system
Preserve, yeah.
in
The
place.
knowledge transfer is so pathetic.
pathetic.
So pathetic. I mean,
And this phenomena that event just suddenly vanishes, you know, after being a world class, it's so hard to see.
Actually, recently I have been like having this discussion with other fans, and also when we say we are trying to get into throws, so after Neeraj we really picked it up in javelin.
Javelin,
yeah.
So, but the thing is, we have not tried to rub it off into other throws.
Yeah, actually, there's one very famous profile. His name is, I think, Michael Musulman something.
Correct, yeah,
है
Michael
ना?
Musulman. He talks about javelin.
Yeah, he talks about javelin. I just asked him on Twitter that, hey, you are doing a great job with Indian javelin throwers, but why are you not exploring other throwing events? Because like there is a lot of upside potential there as well. I didn't get a reply, but this is my question that I want to ask everyone.
What I personally feel is,
But yeah, reply नहीं है वही बोल रहा है. Because a very difficult question ना यार.
We are listening, I reply करते हैं यार. नहीं, but AFI also, I think they should answer that like if you have so much like Neeraj has proved कि Indians can be great throwers,
Yeah.
you know, like and there's a lot of science also and a lot of theories also.
The technique, obviously techniques are totally
But
different.
it's so weird, like for 100 years you have you've done such a great thread about javelin throwers also, right?
Yeah.
Across the history, men and women.
Yeah.
Like the technique. So you can tell us better.
I forgot the name of the fast bowler that represented India as well in Test cricket.
Yeah, Jahangir Khan.
Jahangir Khan,
Yeah,
correct. Yeah.
so like
So you've done a really great thread on the javelin throwers history throughout the years, and like you had these guys, but the sport is just finally picked up across, not just in India, by the way, across the Commonwealth nations, like in Pakistan also, on Sri Lanka. Now you're seeing these.
South Asia.
Yeah, South Asia is like
blooming.
it's like taken over Europe.
As the
and
hub.
yeah.
South Asia and the
So what do
Caribbean
you
islands.
attribute to? Like nothing happened. So first tell us more about like how the event has progressed across the years and the current state. Like what do you
पहले इससे
attribute
पहले मेरा क्वेश्चन ये कहाँ से मिला डेटा यार ये मतलब for that digging that data alone you deserve a big grand salute भाई तुम कैसे कर दो I have huge respect for
We'll
you for
put
that.
up the images as well.
Sure.
I think that the javelin throwers history is so fascinating across the years, like and the how the technique has evolved over the years, and like it's crazy. I think.
But yeah.
yeah. Thing is, every track and field event has entered into Indian competition very like probably at the same time as 1920s and 30s. But what happened with javelin was javelin and discus came a little late.
Oh, okay.
So and then I remember a cutting from this is a civil and military gazette. It's published in Lahore. So their correspondent who was covering the 1924 Olympic Games for the particular newspaper, he had an opinion that the frontier as well as the Punjab, these area people because of the physique and the build they have, so they can do really well with the javelin. This is a really accurate prediction because
now we see
Arshad Dani.
now we see that from Haryana
and I was like very much, I mean people have realized the potential like a century ago.
Yeah.
And it took us so much time to actually make it into a reality.
Wow. Yeah.
So that was the kind of thing that we had the chance to produce such a, but there was obviously no investment going into that, and as a nation pre-independence and post-independence everything was trying to
priorities or something
else, so we didn't have, and post that also we don't have that kind of culture and all. So even the Jahangir Khan we have mentioned, he was a fast bowler, he was actually an all-rounder. One day he's been training, and at the same time I think it was Punjab University championships. So he just took the javelin and just people were practicing. He found it fascinating, the spear, the javelin spear.
It's the same Neeraj story.
Kind of. But happened.
Hopefully Neeraj did it
He just picked it up and just threw it. And it was 138 feet was something national record.
50.
And it was 139 feet, whatever he has.
Wow.
Then he threw it with the practice javelin because we didn't have many javelins and all in India. The official one, whatever you did, that goes according to
the still don't have enough.
True. So he threw it, it was some 153 feet again.
Wow.
But practice javelins records weren't.
You cannot really.
In the final, they gave him the standard one.
Actual javelin standard.
With it, he broke it again.
150.
Not 150, but a little bit 140 and
140 and above.
And he kept on breaking it for another 2 years. Became the first one to break the 50 meters barrier. And again he has moved to the Pakistan post independence. His son Mansher Khan is a well-known cricketer, 70s, 80s, and then his grandson Bajid Khan, I think, is more known as a commentator, but also a cricketer. So I think this fast bowler and javelin thrower connection was always there. But the thing is, people really, I think they didn't try to make the most of that ability in Indians to groom them as a javelin thrower. 83 World Cup saw a push towards cricket, which was not there before it that much. So 83 moment was 2021 Neeraj's moment. So I think
but I would ये हर एक को क्रिकेट वाले से एट्रीब्यूट करना बहुत गलत है, क्योंकि जब बैडमिंटन वाले भी जीते थे थॉमस कप, इट्स लाइक द 83 मोमेंट, इट डजंट हैपन, बट इन जेवलिन इट हैज हैपेंड. इट्स बिकॉज़
क्रिकेट में एक चीज है ना कि कंसिस्टेंटली ग्रो किए फिर.
नहीं, द थिंग इज there are like lot of different factors for cricket to grow. It because 87 World Cup was in India. Then in 1991 liberalization happened, so you opened this thing. 1992 दूरदर्शन से ब्रॉडकास्टिंग राइट्स बीसीसीआई ने ESPN एंड उनको दिए.
दूरदर्शन पैसे लेता था
पहले बीसीसीआई से. कैन यू इमेजिन दैट सिनेरियो? दूरदर्शन यूज्ड टू चार्ज बीसीसीआई टू ब्रॉडकास्ट दैट.
इसके पैसे दिए जाते हैं.
हाँ, तो इट्स लाइक देन बीसीसीआई सडनली फाउंड, एंड देन there's one key difference between BCCI and other national federation is like BCCI is not under government. Right? Like all the national federation are like some sort of semi-professional or amateur organization. BCCI is completely separate entity. Even so, they refused to send in 1998 Kuala Lumpur Commonwealth Games. BCCI initially refused to send the teams. So they were like there are BCCI president on record saying that we do not represent India. It's like it's a board's team, not India's team. You know, in the recent years, the BCCI has come closer just because there was Amit Shah connection and
Olympics.
That's there. And for the longest of reason, cricket was not part of Olympics just because of BCCI only, because it controlled the entire cricket empire and it didn't want the value to degrade by being part of Olympics. Anyway, but that is a different thing. So what I was trying to come at it, for Javelin to become what Javelin today is, there's like Neeraj effect for sure, because it exploded. But then again, there's like a ground structure behind that also, where you see this JSW and like corporate entity before we didn't have, you know, that are like doing promoting the athletics as a sport more, you know. And I still feel the javelin throws, there's like lot of thing that has happened to make javelin what it is today. But I think in javelin also, I have one complaint that you've seen after Neeraj, you've seen these Kishore Kumar Jana, DP Manu, but they've fallen prey. Like they haven't been consistent performance. Like if you look
Kishore had one breakout year in 23, but Sachin, I think.
So what do you attribute to? You know,
I mean, what separates Neeraj from any athlete, any Indian athlete, if it's
even
not
world
just a
athlete,
javelin,
you can say,
and comparable with world elites is
In
this
javelin,
mentality.
yeah.
And consistency.
He has this unique thing. Like I want to give an example of 2025, the silver event, Continental Tour event in Poland, Chorzo.
Right.
Very like very cold conditions.
Right.
Weber was good with his own flow. He has that European advantage and he was hitting it up. Neeraj tried everything. With every throw you can see some change going on, but at the end he tried to go on that higher 83 meters despite not being able to do that. So in just one competition I can show you why Neeraj is different. He has that thing to adapt to the conditions and not giving or succumbing to the pressure and trying to give the us. So because that is why I think we can't compare him with any other athlete.
He's the greatest athlete of all time of India. There can not be any debate. Like there are only two contenders, I feel, for Indian greatest athlete, and those are PV Sindhu and Neeraj Chopra. These are the only two athletes that can compete for that crown. But of course, you'll give it to Neeraj because athletics as a sport is much more global, and for an Indian to be this consistent across these many years.
Yeah, again,
and
Sindhu also did it from 2013 onwards till 2021.
because what I feel is sets them apart is trying to prove what they are on the biggest of
Biggest,
stages.
yes. Like,
And trying to make a statement.
because that's where all the talented Indian athletes falter. Right? Like, you've seen so many talented athletes
Yeah.
come and go, and they fail to perform at that pressure moment, you know. That's why, like, people always say pressure is a privilege, you know. And those guys doesn't face them, you know.
Yeah.
Like, imagine Neeraj, like, whenever he steps onto these now big events, you've seen across Olympics also, all the Indian athletes who won Olympics, right? Medal at Olympics. The next cycle, they most probably disappear. There's only
Most of them have.
That motivation is
there's
done
like,
as a-
and there's only Sushil Kumar, PV Sindhu, and Neeraj Chopra, right? If I'm not mistaken.
2 medalists, right?
Yeah, there's like they won, like they followed it up with the medal in the next cycle also.
I mean, Abhinav Bindra also gathered himself up
Yeah,
for Rio,
yeah.
but yeah, he fell agonizingly close.
Yeah.
What I personally feel is any athlete who is performing his best at the Olympics or World Championship is himself a very great one.
Yeah.
I mean, Sarvesh Kushare, he hasn't won
Oh,
anything,
man.
but he is like at the fag end of his career,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
and
He's 95
yeah.
yeah, and to do his personal best 2.28
Yeah.
on the biggest of stages, that is maybe after Paris 2024, is a phenomenal thing. I mean, I like have immense respect for such athletes.
Yeah.
Forget they are not winning the medals. Forget that their best, if you frankly
Best
speak,
years are behind
2.28 meters is nowhere near any global podium.
Yeah.
Yeah, not even Asian.
Yeah, in current high jump scenario, that is.
It'll be tough
So,
for an
yeah,
Asian round.
It's agreed that whatever he has done is not really special when it comes to distance. I mean the height.
Height,
in this
But
case,
to produce your best
Mm.
on the biggest of stages,
When the
That's-
odds,
is
when the
a-
odds are
That's
stacked
what
against
matters.
you.
No, if you see in the same event in women, where world record holder,
Logic.
she wasn't able to produce 2.10 or something, right? So she I don't think she won world championship medal.
no.
Yeah, she like
Ollie Slagers won it. no?
yeah. So it like those are the things, no? In events you don't know, but that is what separates great athletes from
Good from
good.
great.
Yeah, and then it's like, and that's when you prove your mettle, right? Like if you're talented, but you don't perform when it
You were
matters.
talking about that Chorzo event ना Poland में.
Yeah.
I was tuning for that क्योंकि भाई वो same arena जहाँ पे veteran ने 97 76 किया. मैं like ठीक है आज देखेंगे भाई 90 तो जाएगा ही जाएगा. weather देखा मैंने TV बंद किया. मैं बंद करो.
बैटर का भी क्या सीन हुआ है भाई. It's like imagine being better, you know.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
like just fallen off the
And now
cliff.
he's on gone case. I don't think he'll
Yeah.
ever return.
So it's like sports is very unforgiving.
Yeah.
Like
It is.
if you don't do, nobody.
वही है. वाट लग सकती है पता होना चाहिए. But I mean that is some incredible insights भाई तुम्हारी तरफ से आ रहे हैं. And I am really loving this episode. ठीक है. मुझे ये बताओ how did you kind of start this sports arena initiative of yours
Yeah.
on Twitter? उसके बारे में
By the way, guys, you should follow Sports Arena.
Please, guys, Sports
Those-
Arena को follow
These guys are
करो, ठीक है?
doing exceptional
Incredible job.
of covering lot of events and across. I know the kind of shift that you guys put in also, despite not like.
फुल टाइम नहीं करे बट स्टिल इट्स मतलब कि इनका रिसर्च इज एज गुड एज एनीवन. आई मीन दैट्स व्हाट दिस मींस टू फैंस कि भाई हम लोग भाई डे इन एंड डे आउट निकाल के बेस्ट क्वालिटी कंटेंट जो है लोगों को प्रोवाइड कर सकते हैं. एंड kudos to Sports Arena, they have been doing it consistently for 4 or 5 years now. I mean, can you tell us about that story as well?
Actually, same thing. Actually, I got to know that there is a whole other different world out there during the Tokyo Olympics and Paralympics. So these are like we have few people like Anmol, you know them. So and 3-4 of us we have gathered and thought why not do it start a page where we could where there can be a fan. I don't expect any person to follow every sport where India is featuring 24/7. But if we could do something where a person after a day, he's been to his office or he's going to his college and he's back, and he could go to a place where he can see whatever happened in the
In the world of
sports
sports,
in the world of sports featuring
Pertaining
our
to India.
athletes.
Yeah.
So it would be nice if we can do it. We all had passion to do it. We all, and thanks that we are now a team of 6 actually. So the main advantage is if few people are busy, others can cover it up, and we have like I must say that they are not only just passionate, they are very knowledgeable about it.
Yeah.
And I mean,
You need passion to do this.
Yeah.
You know,
But I think
without passion you can't do this.
But I mean, it's a dream for me. आप पूरी टीम यहाँ पे ले गए हो, मतलब the space is छोटा, but we'll manage somehow.
I don't know. I would be like, even we didn't actually meet as a team till now because I met
But
one
see
of
the
them.
passion, man.
So
It feels like they are working as a unit on sports arena. But
No, but that's what need, you know, like currently we as a community needs to grow and tell, you know, like these are stories which are far better and far exceedingly deserving of your attention.
then the kind of shit we are being served in India,
Yeah.
there celebrity cricket league दिखाया जा रहा है.
Yeah, there's like
उसको attraction मिलता है. That's crazy.
the amount of
I mean, they follow handball, equestrian, rugby sevens. Name the sport. Yeah, they will be following it wherever India is. Ice skating. I mean, ice hockey. All these sports इतना niche है ना.
Yeah.
कोई मतलब उसको imagine भी नहीं करता follow करना. अरे यार mainstream media को तो आप भूल ही जाओ.
Yeah.
ठीक है. जो इनकी federations है वो खुद नहीं follow करेंगे इसको. But
By,
they do it, and this
like,
is
the
salute to them.
federations are like biggest culprit in not doing enough for the sports in this country. I feel like
Yeah, they are one stakeholders. I totally agree. Broadcasters are other.
broadcasters to by chodi though, and I hate to say this, like some of the kind of Olympic sport journalism that we get in this country also.
It's so shallow.
Yeah,
it's so shallow.
it's very surface level, you know. It's
They are like आप उंगलियों पे गिन सकते हो ऐसे कितने जर्नलिस्ट जो डेटा ड्रिवन एनालिसिस करते हैं. ठीक है, क्रिकेट पे आपको हजारों मिल जाएंगे और वो भी उसमें भी कुछ ना कुछ तड़का वड़का लगाएंगे. ठीक है, बट या आई मीन भाई, लेकिन अगेन द वर्क यू आर डूइंग ऑन स्पोर्ट्स arena is commendable, and I think really मेरे लिए तो भाई वो हैंडबुक है, रेफरेंस है. मैं जब भी
credit to the team actually entirely. I mean, because even sometimes I feel like, okay, we followed a bit of sport and yeah, we have overconsumed, yeah, let's take a break. But the team, the people, I mean, I want to name them, but I don't know if they want to be named or not, so that's why I'm not taking it.
तेरे नाम ले ले, अगर हम बीप कर देंगे अगर उनको नहीं होगा तो.
They have made contact with the athletes who are
by World University Championships they covered, and it was such a great coverage. Like, I mean, ऐसे questions, इतने well pertained questions जो पूछते हैं, like Anmol did a few times, and you also did one or two times, and there were a few other guys who did. ठीक है, I mean, because I would call them sports arena. I mean, they are someone who are making a difference, and people are taking note of them, and kudos to you guys. I mean, sky is the limit. आप लोगों के लिए भाई मजाक, you will be like doing great service. You have been doing great service, and you will keep on continuing doing that, hopefully.
we need more like you.
I mean, there are not really much expectations depending on how the platform and how it's going, but still we are trying to keep it up, like whatever we can do, and entire credit to the team. I mean, I can say, I mean, like blatantly honest, I can't say that I'm even 1/6 of the team, because the work that gets done there, the kind of content they keep digging out from other thing is like entirely different. We have got to know that as ice skater Abhishek, he's an ice skater. He was an inline skater, the speed skating and all. He has transitioned from that to the ice skating and became the first to qualify to a ice skating World Cup in the neo senior category. We had an earlier Vishwaraj Jadeja in the senior category, but this guy has done that transition. And I mean, it's like it might be saying that I'm trying to say something good about it, but these people have reached, the people in the team have reached out to him, tried to confirm whatever he has done, whatever his journeys, and then just put it out there.
Yeah.
So it's never without context.
Again, that is the bottom line. आपको context पता ना
I will just keep saying this thing. Context really matters in
बट
Indian
डू यू
Olympic
फील
sports.
कि भाई इसको आप देखो ना, अभी आप ऐसे कॉन्टेक्स्ट में रह रहे हो कि हमारी स्पोर्टिंग जो लेगेसी, एक तो स्पोर्टिंग लेगेसी है और स्पोर्ट्स को आगे बताने की जो लेगेसी है, उसमें जो ये लड़के काम कर रहे हैं, दे आर डूइंग अ कमेंडेबल जॉब. We have moved on. Like if these platforms come up, if these मतलब कि pages and websites come up and talk about sports at the core, not talk about poverty porn, not talk about
Yeah, I
these kind
hate
of
poverty
things.
porn
ठीक
that
है?
kind of goes on
ठीक है?
in Indian mainstream
These
media.
मतलब they are strictly professional.
Yeah.
I mean,
Just stick to the basic athletic story, man. When I was so fed up with that Rani Rampal story being like Rani Rampal is a phenomenal athlete. You know, maybe the best athlete,
Best
female
women's hockey, yeah.
hockey player India has ever produced. And whenever you pick up a story about her or anything, like it's so that sentimental music, background music, गरीबी वाला पीछे चला रहा है, he's like ये ऑटो चला, अरे भाई क्यों कर रहे हो यार? Like just tell me, like
उसका talent के बारे में बात
उसके
करो ना
बारे में
भाई.
बताओ यार, like
and again भाई, मैं I cannot thank you enough for the kind of जो आपने नाम लिया भी ice skating उसकी, we no one knows the context, yeah. Even I didn't know that context, ठीक है, because we are really following 3 or 4 sports at max.
Yeah.
But you doing like digging up so मतलब to get your users, your followers, that is incredible service to like, I mean.
Yeah, I mean,
इनको
these are
पद्मश्री
like
के
big-
नॉमिनेट करो यार.
these are like big words, but whatever it is,
नहीं,
like
भाई,
we are trying
they are
to do
not-
what we can, and
they are absolutely
purely out of
apt words,
passion,
भाई.
yeah.
I am not मतलब कि मैं बता रहा हूँ कि क्या होता है इंडियन स्पोर्ट्स इकोसिस्टम में. वी हैव सीन दैट फर्स्ट हैंड नाउ.
Yeah.
सो दैट वाज रीजन वी आल्सो स्टार्टेड आईडी स्पोर्ट्स. यहाँ पे
Yeah.
आप बिना कॉन्टेक्स्ट के कोई भी न्यूज कहीं पे भी फेंक के दे रहे हो, ठीक है,
Yeah.
बट यू डूइंग इट इन स्पोर्ट्स वेयर नो वन इज इवन लुकिंग इनटू दैट. लीस्ट ऑफ ऑल द मीडिया तो छोड़ ही दो, फेडरेशन पता नहीं देख रही है नहीं देख रही है,
Yeah.
ठीक है, एग्जिस्ट भी कर रही है फेडरेशन की नहीं, वी डोंट नो. बट उसमें ये करना है सिंपली इनक्रेडिबल भाई, सिंपली
Yeah, I
इनक्रेडिबल.
mean, yeah. Thank you for all the kind words. I mean, sometimes it feels good that you are being recognized, and we have been recognized in multiple times. Like journalists have told, that sports persons themselves have been like, this is a like being told on this platform is again a very thing, and like grateful to be here also. And what you're doing is something that no one has even tried to.
Yeah.
Because again, it's a very different thing. Ours is okay, we are posting, we are doing our daily jobs and trying to post whenever we get time and all that is different. But this is again a whole different, I mean, you have put it everything and coming up with a site podcast on completely devoted to Olympic sports is not a small thing. So
Yeah.
but what I want to try to tell with this opportunity is I think as a Olympic sports fans community, I also feel that we shouldn't be trying to gatekeep it.
Yeah. Yes, that's the biggest problem that I see. You know, there are so many people who try to gatekeep.
Yeah.
You know,
And it's so annoying,
Yeah.
It is annoying.
Because I see people come, there are some celebrities or what you call it, Twitter ex-celebs with a lot of followers or blue tick accounts. They are coming and trying to update about Olympics only during the Olympics, and they are nowhere to be seen, maybe at the Asian or Commonwealth. So people again go after them, trying to say that these guys don't know anything, they just come once every 4 years and done. I mean, what I personally feel is, call out if he's trying to set up a wrong context. But if he's trying to, if he or she, that particular account is trying to put out what is happening just there, that so and won the medal, Jyoti Airaji has won an Asian championship medal, it's okay, it's fine, let him promote. Don't try to say like, why are you coming whenever only medal wins? You don't follow us like we follow religiously, we follow everywhere.
but that's not possible. So one of the biggest reason that I see the miss narrative or missing context story is like, if you see in the coverage throughout the Olympic sports, we've been told to hate cricket fans and cricketers. You know, it's like media always tells a Olympic sports story from that reference point कि क्रिकेटर्स को इतना कुछ मिलता है, ये एथलीट को कुछ भी नहीं मिलता. बट आई एम ऑलवेज लाइक कि they like, if when people don't watch or follow Olympic sports or what, but नहीं follow करते उसका reason है we are not at that level.
Yeah.
You know, until you reach that level, it's very difficult for you, or it's difficult for people to follow actually casual fans to get behind the teams until you produce the competition level that is worth that time. People will always come. Even I'm telling you, cricket fans are also a sports fan at the core. You know, it's like rather than fighting them,
Yeah.
you should be telling these stories in a better context.
भाई इस ये वाली stories they whenever I see these stories blasting out ना they are mostly rage bait stories.
Yeah.
PR puppets kind of come up with some मतलब कि अपने ही माइंड में एक मनोहर कहानी लेके आए थे और बताते हैं कि भाई हमारे एथलीट्स को कैसे we are letting down. But your stories are letting them down.
Yeah.
Your fake narratives are letting them down. ये उसकी बात कोई नहीं करेगा.
Yeah, that for Jyoti Araji also you see so many the news anchors and making reels and all like.
अरे भाई Instagram पे it was oh my god. ठीक है.
I mean, we can come up with n number of examples where there's cricket and other comparison, because obviously you can't force someone to just because of the thing that India is doing well or India is trying to do well, you just watch. People loved cricket. People have seen results where cricket where we have won, and have tried to, and it has a very local connect also.
Correct.
People with as less as a paper ball and an exam pad have played cricket.
Yeah, of course.
I mean,
My brother is behind the camera and we have done it a lot of times.
so if that kind of relatability is there with the sport, then obviously you expect them. There is a father who wakes up early morning to watch a border Gavaskar trophy India versus Australia, and there is his kid trying to join him and watch him, and this is a kind of thing. So obviously people are
This is so true.
tending
This
to
is so true.
Yeah.
I mean, but again, same cheese you don't really see with. I mean, Commonwealth Games जब Gold Coast में होते तब भी.
And I think as a community also we need to step up and be supportive of all the other people who are doing good work. That's why we have no reservation in saying that because if you're doing good work, like validation from your peers and community members does matter. You know, you need that fuel all the time.
I've always felt कि भाई Olympic sports में ecosystem बनाने के लिए there cannot be competitors. There have to be collaborators.
At this point in time, community support is the one thing that can elevate the system more. You know, it's like the thing about Olympic sports is like these administrators, these federations are not being held accountable for their constant failure because media isn't doing its job. You know, like there hasn't been enough people to ask tough questions regularly, because you ask these questions only at a 4-year end cycle when the results don't come. You know, you ask what went wrong, but you don't ask these relevant questions across the cycle. You don't know what's going on
when they are actually shaping up.
Yeah.
इसकी बात है फिर भी continuously है, but let's shift our focus to 2026 season.